Afternoon, everyone. Evening. Sorry, I'm laughing because Chris just put the first words out of my mouth. I'll be sorry. It's not. I was waiting for Ryan, and then there was issues with the laptop, so I do apologise. So it's not sorry; it's an apology. Right. What we're going to do tonight? We're going to try and have a little bit of a messy free zone for a little bit. I know people will.
I'm sure that will last a long time.
Well, we're going to try. We are going to try. And we're going to talk about Koulibaly. Yep, we're going to try and mention Koulibaly and talk all about it. But before I do, as you can see, I've got Mr. Corrie back with us. Ryan is here. So, Ryan, how are you, buddy?
I'm fine. And first time, well, I think I've done one fan cam since I moved into the new place, but it's the first time on a live thing since I've moved here.
Yeah. If you want to know where Ryan's not been, he's been moving. Well, where he's been, he's moved house and all sorts. So that's why. But he's now back with us here on the channel. What I want to do before we even start, I want to give a few shout outs, especially for the super chats from last night. So I want to thank Alan, Sir Alan, as we know, Carl, Manchester City for life, Ella B, Sean Fogarty, and T-Rex. All of you are superstars. Thank you so much for the contributions. It did mean a lot. Thank you so so much. So let's get into some hellos. Sean Fogarty says hello. Sniper's Q. Are we getting messy? I'm not answering messy questions till later. I want a messy free zone. I've been on this emotional roller coaster for 2 days. I've had enough. Evening all, says Sean. Christopher Toff, hello all. Hope you're good, buddy. Sam Elliott says hello. Doopy's on, says hi. Not seen you for a little bit, Doopy. Welcome back, buddy. Blue Eyes on Me says hello. Oh, hi there. Because mine will be late for his own funeral, Sean. Right, sorry, I did say, come on.
It was me. I was building suspense, as Martin likes to put it.
Well, there you go. See, it was Ryan's fault. He's just told you it was Ryan's fault. So now he's told you it was all his fault.
I didn't say it was a fault. I said I was building suspense. You know, your usual excuse.
Yeah, well, I'm blaming you. Rosita says if Jesus goes to Barca, City must bring Martinez in to stand by for Aguero when injured off. We're going on and off here. We're going to talk. I'll tell you what, I'll come to what we'll talk about in a moment. Kamal is on somewhere. I've just seen Kamal. Where is he? I've just seen Kamal. They've got that many people on. We've got over 112 on now. It's going to be busy. I can tell. I think everything's going to be. There it is. Hi, guys. Kamal Dwyer. Kamal Dwyer will be coming on a stream very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that on the channel. If you didn't know, Kamal Dwyer actually runs our Instagram account for the channel. So yes, Kamal Dwyer does a cracking job over on our Instagram account. So if you didn't know, Man City TV does have an Instagram account. We are in the 21st century, believe it or not. Going to be nice to get some non-Messi transfer news. Yes, it is. I've just had enough of Messi for a bit now. Sam Martin, good evening to you, buddy. Jason Lyons, hi, hope you're good. Rubito Blondie's on. Good evening, buddy. Hope you're good. Let's have a look. Blue Heart is on. Good evening, everyone. Has Koulibaly signed yet? New third shirt. What do you think, lads? Venice. We'll talk about that in a minute because I'm sporting the brand new Paisley shirt. And if you didn't know, Emily said it's more for women. I don't think so. MSG says Koulibaly, then we are set. Epicin, Puma are so bad at kits. I'm not sure they're really bad at that kits. I mean, I'm getting used to them now. Although saying that, I know I could not wear it. My style trends more to the... Come on, give off with that. I've got style. Stop laughing, you. It wouldn't be a Martin stream if we didn't start half an hour after intended. I promise you next time It will be on time, I promise you. Brad Niblock, evening all. Hope you're good, buddy. Jamie Sharp, fine. You know, you're all being very cheeky here. And finally get his organ tuner working. Josie, do you guys know how much Messi is? I am not going to talk about Messi yet. We're not talking. We'll talk Messi at the end. Messi will come at the end. So you got to stick around, talk Messi. KK turning into Isco. It is. Well, exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to go onto the Koulibaly saga. And it's becoming a saga now. It really, really is. But the one thing I will say, there has been a slight update on Koulibaly, believe it or not. Koulibaly is actually being dealt with a little bit different to a certain somebody else's transfer. It's being dealt with by his agents. Because as you know, Manchester City and Napoli do not have good relations. So it's been dealt with by his agent. And that's why there's a little bit of a delay at the moment. City are reportedly anyway, are not directly dealing with it. So, Ryan, is this Koulibaly saga? Well, is it a saga?
I don't think it's at that point yet. It's only been a year, pretty much a year of it now. So, getting to the saga point of Isco levels, you're going to have 10 years of it. Even Messi's a saga because you get linked to him every year, pretty much. Have done for the last 5 or 6 years, pretty much. I still think Koulibaly is probably the one we want overall, but I wouldn't call it a saga. I just think their owner is just not very good for dealing with transfers. Kind of similar to Leicester, but Leicester's they don't need the money and they're just going to be stingy.
Well, what do you mean not very good? Elaborate on the not very good part.
He's just not someone you really want to be doing negotiations with and trying to deal with. We saw this with Jorginho, and other teams seem to have similar problems with Napoli. So it's just Napoli's a weird one, especially with Di Lorenzo. He's just not my cup of tea.
I don't think it's a lot of people's cup of tea, really, is there? Sorry, let me just go into the comments because some people have been. That top is designed. That top is designed for young women. Martin is 9.
Do you mean mine's 21? I've had this discussion.
Chris Blueheart, Koulibaly is knocking EastEnders off the top of the soap opera list. Shedders, evening all. What's Martin doing in his pajamas? You know, it's just rude now.
It just looks like a different colour of my bedding.
It's not that bad. Not old women, Chris. Oh, here we go. Chris Baker, I couldn't see my great grain in one. She's need a lie down under. My great grain, where did that come from? Cal Buxton does say, De Laurentiis is a clever businessman. He'll wring every penny out of City for KK. Is that where we're at, Ryan? Is this just being a really clever businessman here with him?
Well, yeah, pretty much. He has a very valuable asset and he's going to want to get the most he can for Napoli for that asset. Obviously, they just brought in Victor Osimhen from Lille for, I think it was around 80 million, which just seems absurd. He seems to have done well in his first pre-season game. He got a hat-trick in 8 minutes, but I think they're going to have to facilitate for that money somehow, and they're not going to get all of that if Everton go and get Napoli. If Everton go and get Allen out of Napoli, that's not going to facilitate the transfer of Osimhen. So they're going to need to get that money somewhere. And, you know, milking as much as you can out of Koulibaly is going to pay for that and hopefully pay for more players for them because they're going to need to replace him as well. Okay, well, I'm going to give you this was now. I will excuse some of this is a couple of days old, this news, but because a certain somebody has absolutely taken over. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. He's hijacked. The cheeky devil Messi has hijacked every single thing going here on the channel
because that's all we've talked about for 3 days, is this is what De Laurentiis has said. These are exact quotes. Now, he goes on to basically say, it's understood City's valuation of Koulibaly is lower than the price tag that De Laurentiis has slapped on his prize asset. And Napoli's president's most recent comments suggest that the saga could run on throughout the window. So he has said he's not going to get them on the cheap. And MEN Sport, this is in the MEN, understands that City are yet to make a bid at the moment. Like I said, it's been dealt with in the media. Now, this is when he came out and said, you don't have to ask if Koulibaly will play for Napoli again. You have to ask Manchester United, City and PSG. So, I see many buzzards on the transfer market. You know who they are. They seem to be waiting to swoop in. But we have impenetrable armour and they'll not get what they want at the prices they want. So, Ryan, is that... What kind of price what price do you think Koulibaly's worth? And be reasonable. Don't come back with 20 million.
I'm always reasonable, Martin. What price are they saying they want? 80 to 85 million euros. Is 90, that what they're currently
90 million euros.
I would be, I think 65 to 70 million euros would be good, very good. I think probably 75 million euros is probably about where we want to pay, and I think 80 would be like the top limit. Personally.
So 80. What?
80 is the top limit.
Euros or pounds?
Yeah, euros. That's what everyone's currently reporting it in, so that's kind of just what I'm basing it off. So I'd say 80 million euros for like the top price I'd be willing to go for. And then I'd be hoping to get him like low 70 to mid 70 euros.
So that's roughly about 70 million pounds.
Something like that.
70 million. That's not bad. Thank you, Mingyu Wong, for that super chat. Much appreciated. But tactics Cheeky could learn a thing or two from the Napoli president. That I agree with. I do agree with that, and I'll come on to that in a bit because I want to talk about outgoings with you, Ryan, if you do not mind.
That's fine.
90 million euros. Tell them thanks, but no thanks. I own a beat. I say we just walk away and work on another deal. Is KK really worth the risk of not signing a replacement? So if City don't get Koulibaly then, Ryan, this is why we got you on for this, because you are the man, you are the stats man of the channel. We've missed you. What are the alternatives?
The thing is, I think I do want Koulibaly, and I don't think there are a lot of better alternatives at the minute. I think better centre-backs wise, you're going to be paying. I think a lot of the better centre-backs are also over 30 at the minute. I think Ramos has been the best centre-back in the world this year, and he's around 30, up like mid-30s now. So you're not wanting to go out and get him. So I think if you're going to bring in someone that isn't Koulibaly, you're either looking at Skriniar, who's still going to be costing 60, 70 mil at least.
Well, weren't Tottenham quoted 80 million euros the other day?
I don't know.
Quoted something because Tottenham were after
I don't know, but I don't. Tottenham. Lol. Okay. Or you're going to go and get someone who's at a good level now and young that has a lot of room for growth. I think Aluba would be a good option, but obviously we have left centre-back covered and he's not seeming like he wants to leave. So obviously I'm going for who you probably expected. When you messaged me to go and like do some research and stuff, I just went and opened up an already done document and wrote down my stats for Konate, obviously. So Ibrahima Konate is who I'm wanting, obviously. What are you?
Because I knew you were going to bring this up.
Well, yeah.
While I bring up something, because some people are telling us exactly what they think Koulibaly's worth, tell everyone about Corrie then.
Well, Konate across the board. Konate, I think, is Leipzig's probably is either first or second best centre back after Willy Orban, who is a bit older and probably he's good for them, but probably not for us. And then they have Upamecano's the one everyone talks about, but makes as many mistakes as Otamendi, would get absolutely ruined by fans and if he played for us. But across the board, I'm going for Konate's stats from 18-19 because obviously he's been out for the majority of this year with an injury. So this was at 19 playing at Leipzig, and he was putting Upamecano out the team, putting Willy Orban out the team, the club captain. He's 6'4", wins more of his aerial duels than Van Dijk, has a better aerial duel percentage win than Van Dijk. The one thing that he does need to improve on is probably his passing, but his passing this season, his pass percentage has got a lot better and is the same as Koulibaly's for his pass accuracy. He just doesn't make as many passes per game.
Do you know what Koulibaly's pass accuracy is? Do you know?
89%. So Konate is the same this season when he's played.
Hasn't John Stones got a stat like that, though? He's in the high 80s, isn't he?
Otamendi's one of the top defenders-wise for centre-backs. Otamendi's in the top 10, I know that.
Everyone wants Otamendi out.
Yeah, but I think that's more to do with his defending and his mistakes rather than his passing, per se.
No, I'm just thinking of the Pep team, because a defender in the Pep team, defending's not the last thing he's bothered about, isn't it? It's more the distribution out from the back.
That's the thing. But obviously, Konate is still, I think he's 21 now, and his defensive stats are solid. He gets dribbled past less than Koulibaly, makes less blocks, but makes almost twice as many clearances, gives away less fouls, makes more interceptions, more aerial duels won, and he's just a little bit less on tackles at 1.6 per game to Koulibaly's 2. His passing's what lets him down, as I said, because defensively he's very solid, like pretty similar stats to Upamecano, but I think Upamecano makes more mistakes from watching him, and I also think he's more expensive. And given that he did just sign a new contract a couple of weeks ago, we're not going to be getting him out this summer at least. So for me, Upamecano's completely off the table with that new contract.
Has Upamecano, I said it right, has he got a release clause? Because
the release clause reported is 40 million. I'm not sure if it's euros or pounds, but it doesn't come in. It's in effect for, I think, June next summer. So if you're wanting that, you are going to have to wait another year for him.
June 2021, and he's injury prone, isn't he?
He's had 4 knee injuries in the last couple seasons.
And how old is he?
21.
This 22. Is my whole point with Upamecano.
That's the point I've been making on every Friday Night Social where he's been mentioned. Konate, on the other hand, has had 1 long-term injury this season. Well, I compare the two because they're both they're a year apart in age.
Are you his agent?
Yes, might as well be. They're identical age, pretty much, 1 year apart. Konate is just taller. Upamecano's probably a bit better on the ball, but then again, I also think he makes more mistakes and is more injury prone.
Here's my worry with Upamecano. Where everyone jumped on Koulibaly for having 1 bad game against a player that everybody is raving about signing right now. Can I just make this? But this is how football is so weird. Koulibaly had the worst game probably of his career against probably the
best player ever.
Best player ever. We're trying to sign the best player ever. But Koulibaly's a bag of crap. Upamecano had a man-of-the-match performance against Atletico.
I think he could have done better for the penalty.
But albeit he had a great game.
He had a very good game, but he should have done better for the penalty. His positioning was off.
Koulibaly had an awful game. Nobody wanted to sign him anymore. He wasn't worth a bag of peanuts. Upamecano has a man-of-the-match performance. He's suddenly worth 80, 90 million pounds.
Well, that's how Twitter reacts to everything. That's how it works nowadays. You have one really good match that everyone watches on a big stage. Your price tag doubles. Whereas, I'm coming from this from a perspective of I have watched 5-6 Bundesliga games every weekend for the entire season, and then I watched a lot of it last season.
Do you not think we get a bit overreactionary too much?
Oh yeah, everyone gets overreactionary, but that's to be expected, especially now with social media. I think I tweeted at some point during that Atletico Madrid game that he was about to become probably one of the most overrated centre backs in Europe based off this performance. Purely based off the fact that he's had a really good game. People are going to have seen this game, haven't watched him all season, maybe watched a couple like YouTube compilations, and they're going to be like, best centre back ever. Maldini's terrible compared to this lad.
Exactly. Well, Carl says there are a couple of very good centre backs at Marseille. You want to name them, Ryan? Do you know who it is? I think you know.
I didn't overly look at Marseille. One of the names I had down was, I had a couple names down for like young that might not cost that much, that have a lot of good potential, but maybe wouldn't be right for us. I had Ozan Kabak out of, I think, Schalke, and TWD, who has just gone back to Barcelona. Who I think if we did a deal where we could swap Garcia, if Garcia really wants to leave and we could get a swap deal with TWD, I don't think that would be a bad idea. French league, I'm not as clued up on the French league because I don't overly watch it, but Marseille have had a decent season. I'm trying to think who it was. There was a team that everyone expected to do really crap, and they were like, had one of the best defensive teams in the league. But I don't think any of their players are of a level for City, really.
Well, Addy says people need to get over Upamecano. We just got a new contract. His buyout clause isn't even active until next year, like you said. Makes a lot of mistakes and has had one senior season without an injury. 21 years old and he's had 4 knee injuries. Is that
that's my problem that I've mentioned on every Friday night social that he's been mentioned on. Every single time we mentioned centre backs on the Friday night social, and someone always mentioned Upamecano. I'm like, 4 knee injuries, significant knee injuries at that as well.
Sorry, I'm just going to bring these up because people are saying. Here we go. Hang on, here is it. Don't you think people get overreaction? Right, listen, I'll tell you a very private thing of WhatsApp between me, Andy, and Chris today. Now, earlier on, this is not going to turn into a messy debate, I promise you, but just let me indulge you for a minute or two. I read on, the same as everyone else did, that there'd been a twist in the Messi situation and things were going to change in the next sort of few hours. So I messaged Andy going, forget it, I'm done. I've had enough of it. I've been on an emotional roller coaster. I've had enough.
You're going back to Tenerife?
Yeah. And Chris the same. And the pair of them were drama queen. They called me a drama queen all afternoon. It was quite funny. So if you hear Martin the drama queen or anything in the comments, that's where it's from. My toys came out the pram.
Rather than Tenerife, you need another holiday away to somewhere, no signal, no internet. Get away from it all.
I've had enough of that already. Yeah, Anthony Abrams, Martin's legend, overreaction there. Yeah. I wish I'd recorded the phone call I had with Martin from this afternoon. You all had to listen. It was amazing. I'll tell you what we will do. I have had now permission. I forgot to land this as well. We've now got permission for the BBC. I can put on the talking balls. Probably quite odd for me, if you believe it now.
Is that why you had to be off at 10 the other night?
No. When I was on the Radio Radio Manchester the other night, with Natalie, who's live on City Square as well. So that will be on the channel at some point tomorrow, maybe. We need to download it and then we'll put it together for you. And I'm only on it for about 10 minutes, but we'll put it on. How apt. I knew he was going to say that. How apt. Third Kate Duvet Queen, mate. Are you calling me the Duvet Queen? Blue out. That's just not very nice.
Did you get a name on the back?
I'm waiting.
Waiting. As I said to you in that little chat that you added a couple of us to the other day, I'm not going to believe anything until I see him stood there in the third kit.
We're not talking about him, right? So, Koulibaly,
for now.
Upamecano's off the table. What about Jose Jimenez from Atletico? Now, he's 120 million buyout.
Not that price. No
and
chance.
Atletico have said he will not go for less than that. So
I'm not going anywhere near him. Nowhere near him at that price.
Why? 24, young, strong, commanding. Is he not
another player that had a stinker in the Champions League getting knocked out, apparently? That's turned everyone off Koulibaly, so, can't be having Jimenez after his performance.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm running out of defenders here. No one can make
I know, that's the thing. That's the thing. When I was looking through, this is why, my list on here, I have a couple, names that I think aren't probably good enough, but could be something for the future. I wouldn't look out of place at maybe for someone like a Leicester to bring in and make into a 60, 70, 80 million pound centre-back in a couple of years' time. But, I have some stats from Koulibaly, some stats from Konate. I don't really have anyone. I don't think there's a lot of centre-backs around at the minute at the level that we need. I think Maguire would have been a good option last year because I think he has improved United, no faults, along with Wan-Bissaka. Them together have improved United's defence a lot.
Whoa. Hold the phone. Rewind. Please go back to what you just said. Say that again.
Maguire has improved United, Martin. You can't deny he's improved them.
85 million quid. Are you off your rocker?
I'm not saying for 85 million quid. I'm saying he would have been a good option. I'm not saying we should have got him at that price.
It's a Greek tragedy. I'm no need. Sorry, I have to throw that in. Martin, please get Drama Queen 1 on the back. It wouldn't fit. Look, I don't think it'd fit on the back. Don't think.
Get one like Alan had on his staircase that fell off the staircase the other night, where it just goes round and round like the Aguero.
Chris Baker, when your missus told you to draw the curtains, Matt, she didn't mean to colour in your t-shirt. It's just not funny. Zagon, Jimenez is awful.
He's nowhere near awful, but you're not going to pay 120 million for him. If you could get him for say between 60 and 80 mil, then yeah, you go for him, but you're not going to pay 120 million for a centre-back that probably isn't, is pushing top 5 in the world maybe, but no. I don't like this rumour that we're in for Bonucci either.
I'll come to that in a moment. Zagon, if City splash out, it should be on Diaz.
Has he not got a buyout as well?
85 million last time I checked.
I know you like Diaz. I'm not going to lie. I have never watched him because I'm not watching Benfica. Have you ever watched him, Martin?
Yes.
Or have you? How for Portugal?
Portugal, I have. I'm not going to lie. I do not sit and watch Super League 1.
The only thing I have to go off on Diaz is what Callum tells me, because Callum actually watches Portuguese football.
Yeah, but I know what Cal
That's
says.
all I have to go off.
And Cal said it's a crap league and all that. But Edison's from there. Bernardo Silva plus started.
Bernardo Silva was made in France. He's come from Portugal, but he was made into the player he was in France.
Edison, Ronaldo.
Again,
Bruno Fernandes.
There's a difference between Ronaldo.
Bruno. As much as I hate it, Bruno Fernandes has come from sports. I know, but he's still playing well. He's improved Man United. So I don't believe that just because they're from that league, it doesn't matter.
No, but what Cal says about him, he says he's not even Benfica's best centre-back.
Yeah, but Mbappe's from Ligue 1. And that's a farmer's league. You won't turn him down.
There's a difference, but you say there's a difference with the Farmers League thing. You have the top 5 leagues, you have PSG, and you have some good teams. You have some good teams in France. 2 of them got to, there wasn't an English or a Spanish team, and they're the 2 seemingly best leagues in the UCL semi-finals. To be fair, the French league is definitely the weakest of the bunch, but think of all the, people can call it a Farmers League. And people can defend that it's not a farmers' league. Farmers produce and sell on. That's what France does.
Right, but what I'll
They
do
produce great players and sell them on for money.
What I'll do is I'm going to go through some names. You can tell me what you think. And then at the end, I'll say it again and you tell me yes or no.
Okay.
Skriniar. Oh, sorry. Andy Mills, Soyuncu.
Probably not.
Why?
Leicester, again, pain to deal with. Don't overly need the money. They've just gotten a paycheck for Chilwell. And I don't think, like, he was very good in the start of the season, but I think Johnny Evans has been their best centre-back this season. The amount of, like, he covers up for a lot of things that Soyuncu does, like the mistakes he makes.
It was just Kiam. I remember Kiam.
I'm not saying go and get Johnny Evans by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm not saying we should go out for Soyuncu.
Okay, Skriniar. Which Apex
again depends on. I think Skriniar would depend on price. I wouldn't want to pay the price that you said that they'd said to Spurs, but I think he's other than like your Koulibaly, you have your young options to grow. You have Koulibaly, and then somewhere in the middle you have Skriniar.
Carl Buxton, Kalitakar, and Kamara. That was Kamara, the guy I was thinking of.
I think Kamara would be fine. I wouldn't say he's any better than Ake, though. And it depends on... Ake can play right centre-back, I'd assume, if worst comes to worst. But I don't think I'd want to go out and... he wouldn't be the first choice. If we can get someone better, then I'd go and get someone better.
Well, Kamal says, I've always said Maguire would have been a brilliant signing for City. Maguire. Ryan Wan-Bissaka has been pants since signing for United. So it's Maguire.
He's really not. I'm a City fan and all, but I'm not just going to blatantly sit there and lie through my teeth just because they play for United and say they've been crap. They've improved United, no fault. De Gea has been, poor this season. He's had a bad season. Bring up a new young left back. Their centre back that partners Maguire changes half the time between Lindelof and whoever else is fit. They sent the other best centre back out on loan to Roma, and he's had a great season out there. It's Chris Smalling. But you can't argue that Wan-Bissaka's been terrible or Maguire's been terrible.
And
shouldn't have paid the price they paid for Maguire, but
Andy's not impressed with you, says the fridge. And you want us to listen to Ryan.
It's like when people say that Sanchez would have done well at City.
I was one
he could have.
Yeah.
He could have.
Ronnie Bieber, we bought the right defender in Ake, in my opinion. Ake will be, but the thing is, what we're saying is, Ronnie,
right centre back.
Yeah, they want the right, and they want a top centre back who does not need a lot of coaching from Pep, goes straight into the starting 11, and can fit straight in without not a lot of coaching. He's ready to go. Doesn't need a year or two to improve. He's already the top of the range. Basically, they want to buy the Rolls Royce now. They've gone out and brought the... How can I put Ake in an analogy of a car? Help me along, Ryan. Give me an analogy for Ake. Decent.
What cars are very reliable? What's a very reliable car? Something German.
Yeah. So let's say a BMW.
Yeah.
Ake's the BMW. They now want to go and buy the Bentley and the Rolls Royce that goes alongside Laporte. That's the idea of this centre back. 85 million to get mugged off by Greece police. Ooh, dirty me. Let's have a look. Everyone's coming up with loads and loads of ideas here. Someone has mentioned Johnny Evans.
Yeah, again, you don't want to go out and get Johnny Evans at his age. He's not... As a backup option for centre-back for like a couple mil, he'd be fine, but you're not going to want to go out and spend a bunch of money for him to be our top right centre-back. This is the thing. There is not a lot of top right centre-backs, top centre-backs at all on the market at the minute, especially under the age of 30. Like, you can go, there are a number of very good centre-backs out there, but a lot of them are over 30, mid-30s. Like, it's not like Ramos and Van Dijk's now 30, Koulibaly's 29, so they're getting up to that age, but you're still going to get another 2 years out of Van Dijk at least, another 3 out of Koulibaly at top level. Just look at the rest of the really top centre-backs, like Juve's backline's a bit all over the place, but they're still solid and winning things. Ramos, after a bit of a downturn last year, has come back and probably been the best centre-back in the world this year.
Well, here's one. I was waiting. It's been, 40 minutes and he's finally arrived. Lewis Dunk. Now, I mentioned Lewis Dunk and you and everybody else laughed your heads off at me.
I don't think I laughed.
Oh, you all laughed at me. You all
I don't think I laughed.
And said, Martin, you're talking at your rear end because it's Lewis Dunk and he's not called Lewis Dunkinho. Because he's English and he's boring. Nobody wanted him. And now he's on everyone's radar. But again, he's not the Rolls Royce or the Bentley they're after.
No. That's
this
the
is
thing.
What people have got
I think if we got him in, it would kind of be a similar situation to how Liverpool have Van Dijk, and then they either have Gomez or Matip, who are both very solid options, but they're not another top-tier elite centre-back, which is what we're after.
And they said none of these are coming to City. No, this is the point. What we're talking about is, guys, we're trying to come up with alternatives with Koulibaly, because by the time Koulibaly, this gets done, I'll be 50 years old. I'll have grandkids and God knows what else. You know, this is just getting on ridiculous with Koulibaly. Nothing is happening with Koulibaly because, again, Manchester City are not dealing with it direct. According to reports, it is all being dealt with by Koulibaly's agent. Basically, Koulibaly's agent is the go-between between the two clubs because they don't get on. We know for a fact they don't get on because of Jorginho and De Laurentiis and everything else. We don't get on. So City, at the moment, I'm not going to lie, they probably have taken their eye off the ball because of a certain little Argentinian that we're looking at signing.
I mean, you'd be stupid not to look at him.
I know, but it's gone on for 3 days. I promise you we will talk about
Koulibaly's gone on for over a year. Isco's gone on for the past 20.
Well, Fergal's come up with Sule, yeah, because Bayern Munich are really letting him go.
Yeah. I don't think you're getting so loud.
Letting him go out. You can't get...
Longley's pretty much their only competent defender. Umtiti's never fit, and their fullbacks are just not at it. Alaba's good.
We're going to take the best player and one of the best centre-backs out of the club. They're going to love us by the end of this transfer window, aren't they? My God. Paul Standell, I'm not sure I could go into Houston with City playing with Fernandinho at the back. That may break me as a fan. I don't think anything will break me but Fernandinho at the back. Not a chance.
No.
Siberia being Fernandinho should be isolating. He's that old. That's harsh. That is harsh. Come on, mate.
He did look at the end of the season, to be fair.
That's a bit harsh. City aren't taking their eye off the ball. They won't suddenly stop looking at centre-backs. They can multitask. I know they can multitask, mate. I'm not saying they can. But if the thing is, this Messi thing has taken over. And I don't think they're absolutely running at 100% on a centre-back like they were a week ago. That's my point. Of course, they can do 2 signings at once. Don't deny that at all. But if you think Messi's not taking priority, then I think you're living under a rock a little bit, personally, because I think you're desperate to get it done. Right. So if you had, I don't know if you are a betting man, Koulibaly, is it going to happen? Or are we just going to have to just keep stringing off names and names? Oh, Ryan's disappeared and he's back.
I'm back. Internet cut out second.
That's what you call a magic trick.
Ta-da.
Right. Koulibaly, is it going to happen?
I think it will. I'm a lot more confident on Koulibaly coming through than Messi, who I still don't think is going to happen.
I'm not mentioning him. Stop it.
Oh, you can say you're not mentioning him all you want, Martin. It'll get brought up. I knew it would get brought up, so I did write down like just a little couple things.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not talking about it. It's not happening. Come on.
Well, I've said it's not happening. I think Koulibaly will happen, though. I think by the end of the window,
Well,
I think it'll get to the point. I think it'll get to the point that the club will just be like, we need to get him in. We can't have another season of the other centre back being a Stones, an Otamendi, a Fernandinho, even an Ake, because that's not what they've planned for. And we're the type of club that's run well, and they have a clear goal, and they're going to want to get that goal done. So I think push comes to shove, they'll fork out the extra 5-10 million and bring him in.
Well, there's Patino. Now, Patino was on last night saying that Messi was over the hill.
Oh, I saw.
Best players. And now they're coming out with Laporte. What are we talking about? Laporte was a Rolls Royce, Bentley, and McLaren all rolled into one maybe by him. I must make this, and again, this is all opinions. Aymeric Laporte was not one of the world's best centre-backs when we bought him. He was, as I've always said, City tend to buy one bracket down from the top players. We buy one bracket down and we make them into world-class players. That is what City tend to do. That's their model. Young, hungry players that can become the world's best. Laporte is a very, very good defender. Very good defender. But world's best, one of the world's best? I don't think so yet. I think he's got a lot to learn.
What's your thoughts on him not getting called up into the French squad? Because I've been blocked by someone on Twitter for saying that he shouldn't have been called up. Like this window where he's not being called up for this next international fixtures. Like not a year ago when he wasn't getting called up where it was stupid. This last set of fixtures that are coming up that he hasn't been called up for. What's your thoughts on that?
Spoke with Chris about this just before we come on air.
Because I said on Twitter that I don't like a year ago, yes, you can complain about this and how Deschamps just doesn't like him. But I don't think he warrants a call up based off what he's done post injury. Because I think he, as I've said on various different ratings things and been complained at in the comments, he's one of those people that where he can have a bad game and no one's going to complain. And I think he's had more bad games than good games since his return from injury. And I'm not saying he's not our best centre-back because he is. But I think since his return in the short spell of 10 games or whatever, I think he's been probably our worst centre-back. But because he's not Otamendi, not Stones, he doesn't get anything against him.
I'm going to be honest with you. If we're going off, he's had a very serious injury. A very serious injury. So we can only judge him on when he comes back from Project Restart. Now, this is my opinion. And people in the comments will say Martin and Ryan are talking out the rear end and everything else. We've never stated facts on this channel. It is all opinion. Not a problem. You can all have your opinion. But I don't think since Project Restart he has had a good time. I think he's not the guy he was last season. But again, he's coming back from a very, very bad injury. The worst injury he's probably had in his career. And sometimes people say about injuries, it can also be a mental block when you get an injury like that.
I also think getting left out the international team could help him because it gets him that extra bit of rest and hopefully he can come back for next season and be back to Laporte of last season rather than the Laporte we saw coming back from the injury.
That's a brilliant point because I'll tell you what.
It's the same with Harry Kane because as I've said on many Friday night socials, I don't want Harry Kane. He's been in the worst form of his career this season. Lockdown comes up. He gets the necessary rest from another injury, and he's come back and torn it up and looked like the best striker and one of the best strikers in the league again.
Yeah.
Like, so that extra bit of rest, he's finally back to full fitness for the first time in 3 years.
Spot on. That's where I'm at with it. If anyone deserves, and like I said, don't rule out, don't ever underestimate how mentally a big injury like that can affect you, because it can. I always say that I think it can affect you really, really badly, and I just think he needs to seriously have a good rest, get his head right, get going properly. I mean, a good pre-season. He's one person who does not need to be going out doing pointless internationals right now.
Especially if he then goes and gets another long-term injury as a result of it, because then the entire idea of having these two world-class centre-backs goes out the window, and you're back to just one world-class centre-back, assuming Koulibaly comes in, and then a very good centre-back.
Well, don't forget, I've also said on a number of streams recently, he's not had a consistent partner from day one. Since he's come back, he's had Stones on the odd occasion.
Stones, Otamendi, Fernandinho.
Yeah, he's had everyone next to him. And I've always said this, when you have got a new partner next to you all the time, and you might not have as much confidence in that partner as what you would have in somebody else. Because imagine Laporte being stood next to a Koulibaly. He's going to think, I can do my job now because I've got a world-class centre-back next to me who I know.
If something goes wrong,
yeah,
I'm covered.
If he's got someone like Fernandinho, who's a good player, but he's not a good centre-back, he stood there thinking, if he makes a mistake, I've got to cover him now.
Well, plus if, like, say he's up against, say, an Adama Traore, and it's Laporte and Fernandinho back, the full-backs have pushed up and to putting in crosses, and they're catching us on the counter-attack. Laporte is now thinking, well, if he gets past me now, Fernandinho's not going to beat him for pace. Otamendi's not going to beat him for pace.
No.
And it's down to essentially a one-on-one, and we have it's either it's going in or Edison's pulling off a worldie.
Well, Sean says Laporte has been poor since lockdown. Sorry, Ryan's just dealing with something.
Yeah.
Ade, oh no, Ryan is one of them Laporte people. Carl Buxton, Laporte has also had to play in defence. Is it settled? Yeah, that's what I just said. Different players. It does affect you big time. Laporte, without a circus next to him, is top 5.
Again, we're not saying that he's not. We're just saying Ryan, since he's come back from his injury.
Really loud. Oh, you're all right now. Koulibaly's so strong like company. He's also playing in a poor defence. That's a good point. Here's a question for Ryan. Oh, hang on. I'm just going to Rubito first. Laporte's injury recovery is a very punishing mental state. Exactly. When you come back in, because the tentative self-preserve and the challenge is uppermost in the mind, and has also had to watch his centre-back partner. So I've always said it can be mentally draining when you're sat on the sideline for 6 months and you know you've got to come into a defence that is absolutely bereft of confidence. And everyone's looking at you thinking, when you get back on that pitch, all our problems are solved. So he's going on with the world on his bloody shoulders on him. So it must be hard. And he's got a question for you, Ryan.
Oh.
I think Ryan's just frozen there a minute.
Yeah.
Donny van de Beek, thoughts, Ryan, at 40 million?
40 million, I reckon you go and get him. Definitely. I mean, I think I'd rather pay 40 million for Van de Beek than I would, say, 50, 55 for Aouar. And even if you don't put him straight into the first team, he's an upgrade on Gundogan or whoever we have as backup in midfield.
Right. Who would he replace?
Well, you just have to assume he takes over the Silva role, but that would then also maybe slow down Bernardo, slow down Foden maybe. It's hit and miss, but I think you probably do maybe want another centre mid, and if you can get a player at a price like that of his quality, I think it would be worth it to go and get him. And even if we then go on to sell him, I think we can get profit off 40 million easily.
There you go. Good gift. Everyone's saying Laporte's been posting this up down here. One bad game. This is what we like. It's all opinions.
I have been
Everyone
saying
sees the game different.
I have been saying that he's been poor since well before Leon. I said it after the Chelsea game that we lost. I think I've been on multiple different ratings saying that he's been probably our worst centre back.
I love you on ratings. I love the fact you give 2 and Andy puts you in timeout. It's just
yeah, it's great.
it's just the way ratings.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, Ryan comes on to ratings for about 5 minutes and then spends the rest of the time out. Because him and Ryan get into it. Mendy's fit. He's miles better player than Angelino and Cancelo at left back. Right, let's get into some other news then. It's been confirmed that Ferran Torres' squad number is now going to be 21. He's going to take over El Mago's number in the squad. Yeah, that's one hell of a big thing. Was you not surprised, Ryan, that Foden didn't get 21? Are you happy he's remained at 47?
I mean, squad numbers don't bother me that much. I think they don't bother me as much now. I still think of Aguero as a 16 rather than a 10. I don't like him at 10. He's a 16.
He might be
I like...
16.
Well, yeah. I like it when players have their own unique number, rather than changing to just one of your traditional numbers. I liked Aguero at 16 rather than a 10 because it's different. That's I think of him now as a 16. That's his number. That's his own. That's David Silva, 21. So unless Ferran Torres does something incredible, 21's always going to be David Silva to me. And I think that's the same kind of trap you could have fell into with Foden. And I'm happy with Foden staying at 47. Which was Aki? Aki was 6, wasn't he?
Nathan Aki has taken over. Well, he's got the number 6. And I don't think anyone was number 6. I do remember. So
can't think of the 6.
So that's where we're at.
When I think City numbers, I think 16, I think 21, 42, I think 34 for Nigel de Jong, 4 for Company, but that's more of a traditional.
Thought the 21 shirt would have been retired. What are your thoughts on that? Because Andy made a comment on that once, saying he doesn't believe in that. He thinks that should be something when I know it sounds awful to say this, but when unfortunately something happens, like they pass away, or you do it out of respect more than because they've not died, they've just moved on. So is it right? Man United have never retired the number 7 shirt, and they've had legend after legend in there. George Best.
I think it's different with a shirt like a number 7, though. It happens when Leeds retired, not Leeds, when Birmingham retired Bellingham's number, which everyone was laughing at. I went and looked through other shirt numbers that were retired, and it seems to happen most in Italy, where they all but in Italy they also seem to do more of they have their own unique number rather than just a traditional a 1, 4, whatever. He's getting a statue. He's getting his mosaic. So I don't think you need to retire the shirt number. It would have been nice if they had. You can't complain if they do, but I'm indifferent to it really.
Well, right. So there's the squad numbers. Now, I didn't want to bring this up. I wanted to try. We've got
number 10. My God, is it official, Martin? Is it official?
Right, go on. What's your opinions on it? I'm going to have to ask you.
Well, Messi, I think I don't want to be getting rid of anyone to bring him in. I wouldn't take getting rid of Jesus and paying money for Messi. Same with Bernardo. I think that would just be probably counterproductive. I do think people going about his age, you get 2 years out. I think 2 years out of Messi is better than you're going to get more out of Messi in 2 years than you will out of Mahrez in 4. in the same position, in my opinion. But when you think about the team he's in, at 33, he's responsible for 52% of the goals Barcelona scored in the league. 2 players in Barcelona's team got over 5 league assists. Messi got 20 and Suarez with 8. He's single-handedly carrying a sinking ship. Like, Barcelona are a mess, and they wouldn't be anywhere near the title if Messi wasn't in that squad. They will fall apart, and part of that is because of how badly they are run. Like, their debt is laughable, but they spent almost 300 million last summer. Spent 108 million on Griezmann, who's only got 9 goals, 4 assists. Like, it's just a bad run club. But I think on Messi, if he's available, you get him.
Well, I'm just having a quick jump through to see if there've been any updates or anything since we've come on air. And
it's got quieter this evening.
It's gone quiet this evening. It really is quiet. The only thing is, Brahim Diaz might be going to AC Milan, and apparently there is a meeting.
Or...
There is on loan. There's going to be a meeting regarding Messi, between Messi and his hierarchy to discuss the future. Now, this is according to Sky. This came out 10 minutes ago. That Lionel Messi has requested a personal meeting with the Barcelona hierarchy to discuss a solution to his transfer request. Sky Sports News can confirm. Messi wants his lawyers present too, with the intention of finding a way out of the impasse over his contract clause and a way out of the Camp Nou. Camp Nou. Won't call it the new camp because that's not what it's called. It's called Camp Nou, really.
I saw that they apparently Barcelona fired the lawyers, the lawyer firm that have been giving him legal advice.
Well, apparently, PSG, there's reports, came out and then L'Equipe sort of poo-pooed it. Came out and said PSG had offered him a far bigger deal than what City had offered him. And Jorge Messi, Messi's dad, had reportedly told him they could offer him whatever he wanted. He wanted to join Manchester City.
It'll either be, if he does leave, it's either us or PSG that he's going to. I don't see any chance of Inter, really. And I don't see him wanting to go to any other club, other than City. Only reason I think he'd go to PSG would be play with Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi.
Well, Neil Anstock, Messi wants to come to City because he wants his career to go out with a bang, not a whimper. I think Barca, better team without Messi, we would be too.
Barcelona are shambolic without Messi.
Well, superior being said, we'd be better without him.
I don't know. I think it's a lot. I think it would be a lot closer than Barca. I think Barca without Messi completely fall apart. They started the season really badly when Messi was injured. I know that much, and then got it back going when he came back and got fit. Us, on the other hand, if he was to come, I think we are at a much higher level than Barcelona at the minute, and our team cohesion's a lot better. So
that's the Messi news, loving it. I had to because we were never going to get through a whole stream without somebody mentioning it. So I wanted to beat them all to it and talk.
Well, you can't not mention it.
I had to bring it in. Guys, there is nearly 200 people on. Please hit that like button and show your love. That would be much, much appreciated. I'm just going to go back up into the comments because they're everywhere. Guys, if I do miss you, I do apologise. Go on.
On what Andy said before about the left-back situation, what was it? The reports like 30 mil Barcelona were willing to pay for Angelino. And I've been saying I think ever since the Hakimi to Inter thing happened, I've been saying that we should be looking at Sergio Reguilón out of Madrid, because apparently they're wanting just over 20 million for him, who was the best left back in the league of last season. I think if you can go and get Reguilon out of Real Madrid for 20 million, you're literally buying a better left back for less than you're selling one. Then I think that's a no-brainer. I don't think he comes straight into the starting 11 because I'd take him over Mendy and definitely over Zinchenko.
Well, Zagon says he wants to challenge for the UCL again and wants to do that with Pep.
He's not going to get anywhere near it at Barcelona, that's for sure.
Blue eyes on me, Martin spin round and show us the back. Why do you want to say
no, he hasn't got a name. He hasn't got Messi on the back.
Look. There is no Messi on my shirt, look. I have not got Messi on before everyone thinks I have. I was waiting for that. I will get it on, though, if he comes. He wants a last hurrah at the World Cup, and he knows he'll be protected and physically at peak if he joins us. LaChao Blue, hello, everyone. Hello, LaChao Blue. I hope you're good, buddy. Evolve says Reguilon is class. Chris Baker, what about Tagliafico, Ryan?
Well, there was reports today that Leicester were looking at him and Martin Gosens out of Atalanta, I believe it was. And both clubs were looking for around 40 to 50 million. I don't think you'd really want to pay that for Tagliafico. If you could get him for what was being reported earlier in the window, which was around half of that, I think you have a look. But for someone he's never really challenged himself, I don't think, about really with Tagliafico. He spent a lot of time in Argentina, and then he's gone to Ajax. He had a really good run in the Champions League, but he had a good run in the Champions League last season, but other than that, I don't think we'd go in. I wouldn't go in for Tagliafico at 40 to 50 million when there's probably better fullbacks at cheaper prices, especially with Reguilon, who's half the price of that, according to what was reported. I know Everton, at least when Everton were being rumoured with him. I don't know why Everton were being rumoured with him when they have Digne, but the rumours were around 20 mil.
Well, Pardo Oak says we need a top centre-back now. That's what we've been talking about for 45 minutes, Pardo. We have gone 45 minutes and not mentioned the M-word, and we have gone through a number of centre-back options with Mr. Corrie. So, yes, we have talked about that, buddy. Andy says, who says we're going to play 3 centre-backs, Galaxy? Can't see Pep reverting to back 3 in the Premier League. Why would he? That's a great question. Would he go back to? Would he go to a back 3?
I think he'd easily consider it, because I remember when the new assistant manager came in, there was people were saying that the assistant manager has a lot of experience and likes with 3 at the back systems or 5 at the back systems, whatever. So I think that also partially was in Pep's decision making for the Lyon game. I think he would consider it, honestly, against some of the top teams in the league, maybe. But I wouldn't want him to. I wouldn't want him to change up the system. I disagreed with it at the Lyon game and didn't work.
Iona beats Zenzink to Everton for Digne. Wow. Carl's going to be on in a minute moaning at that.
Yeah. I don't really see them wanting a use of Zinky. This is the question, because Mendy's pretty much had a year without an injury now. He's gone a year without an actual proper injury. He missed a couple of games, but I think that's most of the games he misses is just due to Pep loving rotating. Question is, do you really want to have a season? Depends. If Angelino goes for a start, then you have Mendy, who's going to be hard to offload, because who's going to be in the market wanting to pay a reasonable price for a left back that has been injury prone at Marseille, had a good year at Monaco, has had 3 years now at City, and has spent 2 of them injured all season? Who's going to want to go in for him? So it's going to be hard to offload.
Well, he's got 1 year contract, Ryan, and I doubt he'd play unless it was a team still didn't work for Lyon. He didn't do that great.
Maybe. wasn't fully sure on the contract situation with him. I just remember seeing a lot of people saying online that he was experienced with three at the back systems and stuff like that, and asking the question of if Pep would start reverting to three at the back systems.
Well, guys, yeah, please give it a like and appreciate 100. Let's check. Let's try and get 150 likes while we're live. There's 200 people on. Let's try and get 150. Isaac Simpson, hi. Hope you're good, buddy. Name me the other Premier League games he's played. 352 Galaxy in the Premier League. He hasn't. He's never played. This is why the Lyon game was so crackers, because he played it with the Bayern game in mind, and we didn't even get through to the Bayern game. It was baffling.
You can't say he doesn't play a 3-5-2. You'll have Cal on your back. I remember that lovely argument in Discord. He
just doesn't
going
play
on about that.
But he never has done. And then the one game he does it, it's just madness. Absolute madness. Carl says, Walker, KK, Laporte and Mendy will be a very good back four. They would. Mendy's one of the best wing backs going forward, not so much defensively.
This is why I was also confused when he was playing 3/5 at the back, whatever you want to call it. Why, like, fair enough play. I would have probably... Right, so with the defence he played, because he had a back three of Garcia, Fernandinho, no, Garcia, someone, Laporte, and then he had Walker on the right and Cancelo on the left. That back line would have been better if you play Walker at centre back like he did for England. Cancelo literally the entire reason why he was a £60 million player was because he did incredibly for Juve playing right wing back. So play him on the right, and Mendy is going to work really well at the left as a left wing back, because he can do all the attacking he wants, which we saw when he first came in, very good at, and saw at Monaco that he's very good at. But instead and then he doesn't have to do all the defensive work or as much. So I think that would have worked out better if we'd done that. And we also have a lot more pace at the back with Walker playing more central. But...
Yeah. Well, Fergal says here, coming back to centre-backs, what about Sul? We've already done this. Ruben Diaz, De Vrij, Lucas Fernandez, Marquinhos. What out of those players would you get, Martin? Also, Ryan. I wouldn't have Lucas Hernandez.
Hernandez, far too injury prone, and they literally just broke their transfer record for him last summer. They're not going to sell him on a year later for less money than that.
I'd have Sule all day long.
I'd have Sule. I'd have Marquinhos, but Marquinhos isn't leaving.
And Ruben Diaz.
De Vrij, I think's not at that top level. If you're going to get someone out of it, I think with Romagnoli and De Vrij, I'd rather go and just... Both the clubs are going to ask for upwards of 50 mil. Romagnoli's probably going to cost around 60. De Vrij probably just over 50. And I think you could just go and get Koulibaly instead, who's better.
Chris Begg says Ryan gets some decent lager.
I didn't buy this. This was bought by Rushton in his second trip out. Yes, actually, no, this was bought by Rushton coming back from work. We have some Jack Daniels, some other weird rums and whiskies.
Don't bow down to that ginger.
What?
I won't say.
No, I wouldn't buy Carling. It's just that's what Rushton buys.
So 1 minute.
We've got some nice rum in the fridge. Can't remember what flavour it is, but it's all fruity.
Shadow Rundown. If Arsenal, yeah. Here we go. If Arsenal win tomorrow, then Arteta's won the Community Shield.
Oh, is that game tomorrow?
Yeah. Also, let's move on.
I'd like to point out as well that Twitter poll that the Emirates FA Cup account put out, where you voted for either Mustafi or Van Dijk. Mustafi missed out. He was 49%. Devastated.
Yeah, I did like that. I will admit. The women's team, we want to wish them the best of luck against Chelsea women in the Women's Community Shield. Is that
tomorrow as well?
That's tomorrow. Isn't that tomorrow? Now, someone might be wrong. Is that tomorrow and the men's one Sunday?
I don't know. I haven't seen enough
check.
about it. I just know that FC Köln are playing Wolfsburg tomorrow in a pre-season friendly.
Who are?
FC Köln playing Wolfsburg in a pre-season friendly.
Will you stop with that? Yeah, you'll have to excuse. Yes, it is tomorrow at 12:30. 12:30 kickoff, guys. City women take on Chelsea women, and it will be live on the BBC from 12:15. Unfortunately, I'm not here.
We can all watch that and then go onto YouTube and watch FC Köln play Wolfsburg.
No, we will not. I am going. I'm not sure. I think City will have a couple of debuts. Obviously, Manchester City, brand new women's boss, Gareth Taylor, in his debut signings. We've got City's Sam Mewis, Chelsea's Melanie Leupolz, and Chloe Keller might make their debuts for City and Chelsea, respectively. But obviously, it's a little bit too early for USA's Rose Lavelle, who City signed from OL Reign last week. But Sam Mewis is currently just training with the squad. She made a small appearance at the weekend in the training match, so all being well, she will make her debut tomorrow. So the best of luck to the women tomorrow, who will have a great time. I'll tell you what, that is a great idea. We need Ryan and Tobias to do a video. Do you want to do a video with Tobias, Ryan?
I'd be happy to do a video with Tobias. I did comment under his video as well, just give my opinion on some of his shouts.
That'd be great. I'd love to see you two together doing that. I think it'd be great. That'd be just brilliant, brilliant. Right, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this up because it's 11 o'clock and Ryan's on his way to getting a good swill on. He's having a good evening, as you can tell. Especially talking to us. I will say, though, it has been it has been a pleasure.
Flies by when you're having fun with people you like.
He's sucking up now. Don't tell me. I don't know what he's after. Ryan, are you, just before you go, are you sporting a new rose gold away?
Yes, I am. Yes. The nicest kit we've made.
Not as good as the lovely pinky sort of paisley gorgeous thing that I'm wearing. And next time I'm on,
make sure to use that as a tea towel.
I've also got a new shirt. Well, it's not a new shirt. It's a shirt I've had for a while. It's a New York City shirt. I will wear it on the next vlog I do. New York City shirt. It is the grey away shirt from 2019. But it's really, really good. I will wear that tomorrow. I'm going to start wearing more City tops while I'm on these vlogs. Great vlog.
For the new Liverpool shorts.
Yeah. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and welcome back, Ries. Ryan is back. It is lovely to get him back. He's now moved in. Chris Baker is not happy.
Still waiting for my housewarming gift off Martin.
You'll be waiting. Hey, I was up your neck of the wood the other day. Last weekend, when I was travelling to Scotland, I had to go through Carlisle. It's freaking horrible. I tell you what, it's not half miserable up there.
You should have dropped in.
It's miserable up there. Tell you.
Should have dropped in, Martin.
If I dropped in, I'd kill you.
Well, no, I'd get you a drink. You can get the missus to drive.
Missus don't drive.
Oh, you got the bad end of that bargain, Martin.
Exactly. Please, thank you. Oh, hang on, zag on. Great stream. Thank you so much, buddy. That is amazing. James Shaw, don't forget your United tops. Not United tops, Liverpool. Make your mind up. Come on. I'm a Liverpool fan, apparently. Well,
I'm a Bayern fan.
Well, wasn't I a Chelsea fan as well?
Yeah, but that was back in the day. Actually, to be fair, Chelsea are bringing in like half of Europe, so you know you might be heading back there soon.
What, Chelsea? Well, they are buying. They're buying people. You know, Thiago Silva, Kai Havertz. You know, Timo Werner.
Malong Sarr was a good option to
Good
bring
free
in for a
transfer.
backup.
Good free transfer, I tell you. Get your red man shirt back on. Women's clothes don't suit you. Martin Braithwaite to the bar officials. Can I have a number 10 red shirt with Messi? Right, I'm going to ask you an honest question. Thank you, Ryan and the Drama Queen. Get nothing, Jim. Is Messi coming, yes or no?
No. Does this every year. Every single year.
It's me, Martin. I already got Messi printed on that shirt. I haven't. I'll turn around, but I'm doing it forever. I won't do it.
You've already turned around twice.
Yeah. Wait there. In fact, wait there. I'll show you something.
Oh. Oh, we can tell that he doesn't have his Liverpool shorts on.
Oh. I just wanted to show you all. I've had this for a couple of years. That is the New York City away top. As you can see, by Adidas. Very nice. I did like that.
Yeah, I have a couple Stoke kits that I could steal from Tinsley.
Don't turn around. Why don't turn around? Why should I not turn around?
We'll be here for another 5 minutes if you've got the turning speed of Maguire.
Is that shirt? Stop it, you. Is that shirt switch stitched on? Who's not answering? Right, you're losing me plot now, you lot. Paul Money, great comments tonight. Thanks, Martin and Ryan. It's nice to not have a messy stream as well, isn't it?
I'm just disappointed I haven't got you to say more weird names that you can't pronounce.
Is that what your plan was?
Well, it's usually what I try and do when I come on. But
right, yeah, guys. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to end it there. Please, thank you all for turning up and listening to him. It is lovely to have Ryan back onto the channel. Please look out because me and Chris Baker are going to start a new show a week on Sunday. We're not going to say what it's called yet, but there will be special guests on it. We're going to have some new guests coming onto the channel very, very soon. So please look out for that as well.
Can I suggest a name?
Go on.
The Ginger Prince and his caddy.
No, we already know the show. Thank you, Martin, the Drama Queen. Thank you, everyone. Hit the like, guys. You know, I'd love to meet some of these people behind some of these names. You know, it's terrible. Say Camp Nou again, please. Camp Nou, Camp Now, whatever it's called.
Camp Nou.
Fan Zone confirms. Oh, go away with him. He's the same guy who Koulibaly's been signing for 3 weeks. Typical Ryan negative. Pronouncing Adidas like an American. I have been to America a lot of times. It's nice not to have a messy stream. He says directly after asking Ryan if we're getting Massa.
Hey, you brought it up, Andy.
Great point by Andy. Don't we play Monday now? Yes, guys. I will let you know. City's fixtures have been changed. The Wolves game that was due to play on the Sunday, a week. It's the 19th. City are now going to kick off on Monday evening.
Monday at 8 o'clock.
Is it the 20th, 21st?
Couldn't tell you. I just saw that it was 8 o'clock on a Monday. It was like typical.
I'll just get you the exact date. Manchester City's first 2 fixtures against Wolves and Leicester have been moved to television. Believe it or not. The first game will be away to Wolverhampton Wanderers, and that will be on Monday, the 21st of September, and 8 o'clock kickoff. And then on Sunday, the 27th of September, 4:30, Manchester City kick their home campaign off against Leicester, and that will be again on Sky Sports as well. But you know why? You know exactly why they've put us both on at the same time, our first 2 games on TV. Because just in case a certain Argentinian guy appears, you know, they're going to be gutted if he doesn't.
What, is Martin Demichelis coming back?
No.
No.
Is he still playing?
Probably. Colaccini's still playing, I think. Somewhere in Argentina. Should go and get him. Just for his hairdo.
If it's on TV, I smell Messi. See you all for the Messi stream tomorrow. Andy's doing tomorrow. I'm out. I'm going to a museum. I'm going to a new World War II museum tomorrow in Yorkshire with my family. Dumb and Dumber will be more apt. That's just not very nice. Could you imagine the TV money if we did sign Messi? Will be on every game. Yes, come on, Zaba. Come on, Zaba. Where's this rumour coming around that Zaba's coming back? Because I've not heard.
Well, he just said that there's going to be a little Argentinian guy that's playing the first game. Probably. That's why I brought up to Michaelis.
I've heard this. Twat and Twat is the new name of the show. Twitter have leaked. Yeah, we should get.
At least I was nice to one of yous.
Yeah. Right, guys, I am going for Friday night. Thank you so much for coming on. It has been a pleasure. Please hit the like button. Please hit that subscribe button. We are virtually nearly at 14,000 subscribers. We are about 100 off. Please get us there as quick as we can. On our march to 15,000, we are trying so hard to try and get 15K before we kick off the 2021 season. It would be marvellous if we could hit 15K before that Wolves game. Can we do it? I'm not sure. I think we can. We might need a little push from an Argentinian superstar, but hey, you never know. Please hit the like button. That would be tremendous. For everyone who has, thank you. You are all superstars. Thank you so much. Mingyu Wong on your super chat. Thank you so much. Last few comments. Messi's dad said PSG to Messi chooses City. Martin trusts you to get it wrong. What forgot wrong now? See you, Spando. Great vlog, buddy. See, this is what he's calling me now. It's awful. Have a nice one, Martin and Ryan. We will. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, Sean. All of you who've been on. Guys, have a great, great weekend. I will be back Sunday or Monday. I will leave you in the capable of hands of Anda for tomorrow. Have a great, great evening. All of you, have a great weekend. At least we've had a stream and not talked about Messi for the majority of it. That's been good. Take care. Thank you to Ryan.
Yep,
good to have you back, brother. Take care. And as always, up the Blues. See you later.